happening, ladies and gents out there in YouTube land? So, since being crowned the king stalling Terminator and setting that world record back in the day, and then also being the worldwide figurehead for Terminator Global Industries, to be perfectly honest with you guys, it's just been nothing but girls, drugs, and parties, you know. But it ain't all that it's cracked up to be, you know what I'm saying? So decided to have to get back in the lab, in the Terminator lab, and developed some new stuff for the real pimps and players out there, which is you guys, the real critter controllers and pest snipers out there doing work. So with all that being stated, I was just gonna quickly show you guys some of the different configurations that you can utilize for a good budget setup, whether it be target shooting or pest controlling, or going out and hunting and carrying around in the back country, hitting up on some squirrels, some raccoons, or what have you. So yeah, so to start with, we got this here new colorway that's just coming out, which is called a military blue. Okay, and it's got a real nice tone to it. It's pretty low key, but it has a nice little bit of bling on there. And this here is just like a good all-around type of setup. Venturi Avenger, 500cc bottle conversion, 25 cal, foldable bipod, short dog Ldc, keep the muzzle light. We're running the Terminator air stripper and baffles in there to further reduce the muzzle report, and then adjustable length of pull for various size shooters. Also, depending on how many layers of clothing you have, if you're in the summertime and you're just wearing a t-shirt, then you're going to probably have this thing out farther back. But you know, if you got your backpack and your jacket and you know all that in the wintertime, you're probably going to run that a little bit more forward because of all the layers and everything that you have. So that just makes the Terminator stock more versatile than, say, like a Monte Carlo setup, traditional setup. So I just built up this rifle right here the other day. It's got the barrel harmonics kit in there under the shroud, and then it's pretty much got the wicks, got the power plenum right there, ergonomic grip, adjustable shoulder rest. Yeah, this rifle right here should be able to handle any type of ammunition that you're gonna spit through it, whether it's pellets, light or heavy, Terminator slugs, any other kind of slugs, hunting pellets, or target pellets. So yeah, with the barrel harmonics reduction and the Terminator Mega Band, it should be able to handle any kind of ammo that you'd be trying to feed on it. So that's one setup, like a real good all around. Then, like, if weight ain't no big problem for you, and you basically, what you're after is stability on the shooting bench and high shot count, and you're not really going to be trying to carry it around in the field, you could run something like this here build up, which this build up right here is a Gauntlet 30 cal, a Gauntlet 2, running on a 700cc bottle for super high shot count. And then of course, like I said, if weight ain't nothing but a thing for you, you could run something that's pretty quiet but quite a bit heavier, like what I got right here is the DFL Fatch Boy. And then I've got a real wide and beefy bipod on here, so it has real good stability on the bench, okay, when you're trying to do your precision shooting and your long range shooting. So this is a different configuration for the Terminador tack stock, but it can show you the versatility of what you can do, whether you're going for compact, lightweight, or you might want to need something that's going to be powerful, long range, high shot count, and stable from the bench. So this is another idea that you guys can think about, like this setup right here. It's in 30 cal, it sucks up the air pretty good. That's why on this setup right here, we're running 700cc. It doubles the shot count. Actually, more than doubles the shot count. So yeah, check into that setup if that fits your specification requirements. Now switching to something from the maximum to like the minimum, like we have something like this here. So the way I built this one up here is minimalist, 177 caliber, Gauntlet 1, OEM bottle, and then just didn't put any bipod on there or anything. Short dog LDC to keep it light. And now this setup right here is really lightweight for maybe the smaller shooters, the younger shooters, or the females or whatever. Okay, so G1, super budget setup, very light, easy to carry around. 177, easy to cock. Not a lot of collateral damage out there for more beginner shooters. But yeah, check into something like that if you just need to maybe take one of your old G1s and turn it over for the kids or for the wifey. Now this here is another optional setup that you guys can do. This is kind of more all around. 220cc bottle, which is bigger than the OEM tubes. A little bit bigger LDC on this one. This is the Decimator Ldc by Terminador Industries, and this one we don't have the baffles, so that's why we're not running the short dog LDC, we're running the Decimator, because we need a little bit more sound dampening, but we're still trying to keep her lightweight. So this also has a short shroud kit, which I'll just talk to you about in a second. But this is got a red dot optic on there, and then this setup right here has got the power plenum as well. 22 cal, runs Crossman hollows at 1030, and for all kinds of shots. So this is like my squirrel getter and stuff like that. Then if you need something a little bit more heavy duty, this right here is a Gauntlet 30 cal G2, red dot optic, 360cc bottle, which is close to OEM, so pretty much the same shot count as OEM. 30 dog XL LDC up front to handle the muzzle blast of the big 30, and then this one we shortened the barrel down to 16, and it's a very lightweight setup compared to the OEM G30s and G2s, that they're kind of beasts, to carry around because they're like 5 feet long and they're very heavy. So this right here, the compact setup, so we still have a lot of horsepower and hard hitting kicking power with the 30 cal in a short and compact setup that's lighter weight, easy to maneuver around the farm. So check into that if you're looking for something that's budget friendly, a lot of power, real compact setup. I can build you something like this. Then, like I said, I got a couple different sizes of LDCs. These LDCs are very lightweight. They're not probably as quiet as like your high-end aluminum LDCs, but these are like a third the cost and a third the weight of getting into one of those. So if everything's like pros and cons, like if you need it to be like mouse fart quiet, you might go with something like this here, but it's gonna be pretty heavy. But if you want to get out in the field and be able to carry something around that's kind of a little bit more lightweight, and it's not going to add a lot of weight to the end of your muzzle, So when you shoulder up, you know, you could go with something like a Short Dog Ldc, or maybe even a Decimator Ldc. Obviously the 30 Dog Ldc for the big boy is a little bit heavier, but anyways, no, this thing's not that heavy. It's just twice as heavy as anything else. But yeah, so that's the deal. High end, very quiet, and then of course more affordable and lighter weight. You know, obviously a lot less durable than solid aluminum, but it's just more options out there for different uses and different budgets. Then, like I was telling you guys about this shortened barrel shroud right here. This short shroud I've been meaning to make a kit for a long time, so I finally got around to it. Like I said, between all them ladies and drugs and parties, went ahead and got into the lab and I designed this DIY, do-it-yourself kit for shortening your shroud. So basically what it is I've got the rear collar with the threaded inserts and an O-ring, because you're going to cut off the back of your shroud. So basically what you'll do is measure how much you're going to cut it off, slap some blue tape on there, run a little set of thumb cutters, like, you know, plumbing pipe cutters, cut your shroud, and then I have this drill bit guide that you'll slide it onto your shroud, and it's got 2 holes in it, and you can pass your drill bit all the way through it, and that'll drill your holes exactly to where they need to be to match up with those threaded inserts. And then it just takes 2 small grub screws, one on either side, to lock it into place. And then of course there's a top threaded here for the grub screw that hits that OEM dimple in the barrel to hold this in place. So yeah, this is a real good and useful kit. I'll set it up on the eBay store. If you want to shorten up your shroud, you know, this one's shortened to the maximum amount, which is 3 3/4 inches, and like that it runs the Decimator Ldc, but the Decimator threads onto the end of the shroud, and it allows the barrel, it actually centers the end of the muzzle, and it allows the muzzle to be even longer than the shroud for the maximum length reduction. But if you cut off the shroud like an inch more, then you can just run the hang on. But if you just take about 3 inches off of your shroud, then you can run this DFL Seneca Aspen adapter to half UNF. Okay, it's different than their Avenger adapter in that it doesn't have the extended pipe on there, but you can shorten your shroud quite a bit by using the Seneca Aspen adapter that you can get from DFL. It's a real high quality piece. So that'll get you pretty short, but then if you run the Decimator, you can run it even shorter. Okay, so this is very short, very light LDC. Now it's going to be a little bit louder, but like I said with PCPs, when I showed you all those different setups, it's all trade-offs, you know, heft and weight, you know, quietness or loudness, and then short or long, you know, just what you need. So there's always going to be trade-offs, pluses and minuses. So this is going to be a louder setup than if you had the long sniper shroud with the baffles and stripper and the LDC. It's obviously going to be louder, but if you're just out there in the woods or in the brush and you don't want to keep tagging your muzzle on everything, but when you take your shot, like, it's a little bit louder and you can deal with it, then that's fine. But setup like this is not going to be as like backyard mouse fart, you know, as if you just left it the full sniper length and ran the baffles and all that. So just other stuff to consider when you're building something up. You don't want to build something up that might look cool, but now all of a sudden you can't shoot it in your backyard range because it's just too loud, you know what I mean, if you live in the suburbs. So yeah, you got to figure out what you need, what you want for when you do your build. But whatever that build may be, as you can see right here from all these examples, Terminator Global Industries got you covered. You know what I'm saying? That is when the figurehead and the king stalling Terminator is doing his job inside the labs. You know what I'm saying? Then we got you covered. But we're gonna be in the labs covering all you snipers and critter controllers out there. Don't think we ain't gonna be in the lab. We're gonna be in there. Just as long as you guys keep buying these here products, I'll keep working in that there lab. Alright? We got ourselves a deal. Catch you guys later. On to the next one.